cannot. It's been windy, so Jonathan.
Get there, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a couple people from our church went to Jerusalem and a bunch of other
This
places.
is like the easiest, like super easy.
And that was minutes.
Hello, just letting you guys know that we are live and unmuted.
In living color.
Wait, was I at lunch?
I took some water.
I was probably at lunch.
Was that
They
yours?
decided you didn't need it.
They're like, you're not thirsty enough.
I take it back, I'm parched.
Agenda.
I saw the coffee.
I'm just gonna walk you back.
Here.
So pulled out, I got my hands in somebody else's
All
pocket.
right.
Yeah.
Is this range or the increase?
This is the.
Going from that number to that?
You're gonna have to ask Fred, I believe. No, the way this.
That's the link to our blog.
Yeah, it's similar to yours.
See all the fun we're having.
Other people don't have it. My wife.
No,
I know maybe why, because
I mean, it was in the newspaper. Sorry, I took I know, I'm sorry. I trip everyone in.
mine, but okay. All right, just plain white.
But yeah, no, and it looks.
How are you?
Oh, you just passed that thing out.
Oh.
Yesterday. Yes.
627, obviously not. It can be survived, it's gonna be on there.
Probably informational.
Yeah,
That's for
that's
next week.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start anytime you want there, sir. Make sure you got everybody that's on, just so you know.
Daleen Bangan.
Now here's Elaine.
Elaine is another one that's not here.
She won't be here. She's not back yet.
Okay, yeah.
Heidi's in her place.
Don't forget the pledge.
I have 531, just saying.
Good. Okay. Everybody please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, yes, we have a quorum. Everybody is supposed to be there. Minutes to approve.
Second, Basile.
Any additions or corrections? Not all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Carried. Thank you. Shereen,
Nope.
okay. Would you introduce?
Sure. Just want to introduce good evening, everyone. Let me say hello to everybody. I just wanted to introduce our new director of purchasing, Amanda O'Grady.
Welcome.
We're very excited to have her. So and you'll be seeing her. And if you want to talk to her, you can contact her and get some information from her and about her. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say thank you. I know I met with some of you guys a little bit so far, and there's more people I'll be meeting with. And I look forward to it. And thank you for all the warm welcome so far.
Give her a week, how long you been here?
I've lived it over a week so far.
She's still smiling.
Can I call?
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to call for a short caucus, no more than 5 minutes, hopefully less, just a very short caucus.
About the bottom one.
What's it for?
Caucus room number 1, please.
Purpose of the caucus,
Appointment of a particular individual.
You need to do that.
Oh, no, needed for a caucus.
This is a caucus.
You need a second and a vote, Hans. Second, Basile.
Roll call.
Just all in favor.
aye.
Aye.
I don't even need that, thank you.
Just call it.
Mr. Palermo?
You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Good, how are you? It was good.
Sit and chat, I guess.
Just so you know, I will mute chambers while they're in caucus.
Thank you.
Thank you. You planted?
Thank you.
Yeah, so the first time.
Go back in these hollow holes.
Oh, I get
Yeah, I don't want to be here any longer than that.
Mr. Batman, sir. What's your perspicacious mind up to today?
It's just like typing in a URL.
Never any good, you know that.
Web browser. And that's it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You have my number too, so I can always send it to you.
Yeah, I got your number.
Planning that I was counselor.
We'll see, I'm not there yet.
Listen, I want to know. I mean, I'm not going to get you one.
We're having like a midnight. The feeling of I feel like I've learned. There was just many variables.
It's just me.
Yes, I like, especially when we sat on the ARBA refreshing.
Do we have to come, what do we gotta do here?
I don't think.
Waiting on Dave.
He didn't want to stay, he didn't want to commit to a year. And he waited for the last minute. Same apartment, nothing changed. It went up.
So these guys give me a hard time with the executive session.
She should bring forward. He's cool. I think I might have said.
Yeah, well,
I feel like he's got over.
my 30-word limit is off today.
Do I need to get it? Do you get it?
Couldn't need it. Mine's off today. I already said it's off today.
So she was.
They have gavel. Bang, bang.
If you had. Feeling like I'm not getting.
She'll be back.
Right. Hopefully this week he doesn't get his own, you only get one. You know, talk to the
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah. Part of my nerves.
Send me a nice.
Okay, folks, we're back in session. Dempsey's next.
Everyone, you have my report. Is there anything I could make?
Any questions? Thank you. Grace, you're the best. Finance department, please.
I have a couple of small things I want to add, but first off, you have my report in front of you, if anybody has any questions. The only other things I wanted to add is I just wanted to let everybody know that we have successfully filled our grant manager position. And they will be starting on Monday, June 26th. It's somebody that has several years of grant writing and project manager experience, so we're excited about that. And the other thing I just want to say is that Fran Mitchell has officially started this week as our interim county auditor, and hopefully we won't scare him off too soon and he will remain until we officially fill the position. But just want to kind of give you an update on those two.
Very good.
things.
Thank you. Any
Thank you.
further questions, comments? Thank you.
And
It's just real quick. So now that we've filled the grant writer, this is for the entire county.
That's correct.
So this is our grant writer that every department gets to use.
Yes.
Took long enough.
Thank you, Grace.
You're welcome.
Jennifer, you're next.
I have my report in front of you. If you have any questions?
If not, I'm gonna do your resolutions right now. Where are they? Wait as many, okay.
3, right?
No.
No. 2.
Number 2.
So So probably 1, 2, and 4.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, and 4.
I'll move them as a bundle unless someone wants them separated.
Second,
Second.
any questions? Not all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, Jennifer.
I have a quick question for John.
Go ahead.
Are we seeing any more tax delinquencies now than we have in previous years or anything?
That would be a question for the treasurer's office.
No, to answer your question, it's pretty standard from, it was difficult during COVID years, but right now it's kind of leveled out again.
And when is our auction?
Our auction ends on Friday. It starts to close at 10 a.m. And essentially they go parcel by parcel.
Is that going good?
Yes, however, due to the ruling by the Supreme Court where we can't keep, we have to do something with those excess funds, really the results of it aren't. I guess we're hoping that we're not going to take a loss on more properties than. So generally the big push on bidding is on the last day. So we'll see. Essentially this year, I'll report out to you by parcel, what we've made a profit and where we've made a loss. So we'll be essentially taking overall a loss.
So that hasn't been settled, whether we can keep the property or not, or if that has to be distributed back to the property owner or the state or.
So what we're doing is any excess funds that we have are going to be kept in a separate trust account until the state determines how we proceed.
So if we complete before the state made the determination, then it's going to be retroactive back to this year, or is that what I'm hearing? And it's too bad for them if they're slow.
So right now there's pending legislation. It's been passed by both the Assembly and the Senate. It's just waiting for the governor's signature, which essentially states that if you're holding an auction that during this period of a moratorium that you're supposed to set those funds aside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we had planned on doing it anyway, but likely there will be some sort of signed legislation telling us that we have to do it.
And you can appreciate most of the counties are not happy with this, so there's an ongoing push right now to see if they can do anything about it. So they're recommending that we keep things in a fund right now.
Okay.
So we kind of have to wait and see how things shake out, but I would predict that we're not going to be able to keep the excess.
Interesting. All right, thank you.
But we're hopefully going to have some meetings and talk about it more. So.
Go ahead, Chris.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to clarify, you wanted to do 1, 2, and 4.
That's what I was just running with.
Right, 4 is for an EV Connect for hybrid vehicle charging.
Right.
So that resolution I did put through. Our department and the office of aging both have hybrid vehicles. So we use the charging station. So that's why.
Understood. Thank you.
One more.
Clearing it up for me too, so.
One more quick question, if I could, please. So on the withholding of the money, are they still talking about giving excess back to the previous?
Yeah.
that is the discussion. Yes.
So that's the most, I mean, is there any way Cayuga County can send something to New York State, say that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard?
Just like that too.
Exactly. They can go 3 years or more in arrears to cause this to happen. And then if their property gets sold at the auction for whatever, pick a number, 20,000 more. Oh, here you go. Thanks for giving us the grief. Here's 20,000. Put in your pocket.
Yeah, do we get to subtract expenses or
I mean,
anything?
that's,
Mr. Chair? If I could just add some. illustration of the problems. One of the other problems is that we make municipalities and school districts for those 3 years whole on their taxes. So we, in effect, pay that property owner's taxes for the 3 years that
Yeah.
Mr. Dennison pointed out. Then, if it sells for more, we need to be made whole for the money back over. But if it doesn't sell for more,
We're out.
we're out their taxes for that period of time that we provided tax enforcement for all the other municipalities.
If it sells for more, they get rewarded.
Did we have quite a profit last year?
We did.
Last year, we had a large profit. It was around $1 million.
Yeah, that's what I remembered, $1 million, so that could hurt us this time around, so.
There's significantly less properties in the auction this year, but we did have a great year last year.
Okay. Bad news like always, so, any further comments? Otherwise, we'll go on.
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm not sure if this is for real property or if this is a question for our treasurer, but I had a constituent ask in a town meeting this week if there is in fact either pending or past resolution at the state level that if somebody sells their home within New York State and they are leaving New York State, there will be an additional tax burden imposed on their closing costs. Has anybody heard of that?
I have not heard of that. That might be a question for the clerk's office.
Mr.
Since it's a
Chair,
closing cost.
if I could
Go ahead.
interject for a moment, I think what Mr. Vaney is referring to maybe, and Lydia, I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, the capital gains charge. If you are leaving the state, New York State wants their capital gains money up front, and I think it's like 25%, whatever, they give a flat percentage. Then when you file your last income tax return, if any of that money is refundable, they'll refund it, but they require you to file that last tax return in New York. Then you get capital gains.
Sure, I can add to that, I think, too, because I think there is up to a $550,000 deduction for stuff that you put into your home. So I think you can deduct up to $550,000 on that as well. But yeah, that capital gains tax, I don't think is anything new. That's been haunting us for a while.
All right, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? If not, remember where we were. Jennifer? Okay, Diane, please.
Residents, that's for residents.
Good evening, everyone. You have my report. I'll just ask if anyone has any questions.
Questions? Go ahead.
So when I had my skiing accident back in March, found out I actually tore my ACL, so I had that repaired.
Oh, my
It'll be
goodness.
4 weeks post-surgery tomorrow.
Goodness, well, hope you
Doing great.
hope you heal
Thanks.
quickly. No running.
Right.
Any questions, comments? Otherwise, thank you, Diane.
I do have one more question. When's we're supposed to have some training or something in here coming up?
Yeah, that's scheduled for July,
Oh, that's July.
just
Okay,
before
it's
the
not
July.
next- It's not, it's the next ledge meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
The picture meeting, okay.
the picture
thank you.
meeting, correct.
Phew.
All right,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you. Okay, we're down to resolutions. So WM3, just routine.
Move it.
Second, Basile.
Any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, now we get to the hard ones. WM5, amending the Cayuga County Compensation Plan for non-bargaining legal group. The figures are in front of you.
Move it.
I'll second it for discussion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Anyone, any discussion?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
I'd like to make an amendment to WM5.
Is this WM 5 or 6?
I think it's 5, right?
I believe it's WM5.
The compensation thing is at the end of the packet, but I think it's 5.
Heidi, the agenda you got yesterday, it was the other way around. We
Okay.
did have to switch it because WM5 needs to be passed before WM6. So
Thank you, Amanda.
Yep.
So WM5 goes with what you gave us here, right, Fred?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to make an amendment to WM5. I'd like to change the upper end salary, which would be the salary on the right-hand side. And I'd like to change that salary to increase it of $5,000 for each grade. So I'll just take the first one on the top where it says Assistant County Attorney, grade 1, and then it's 74,864, and then there's 90,000. I'd like to change that 90,000 to 95,000, and that would go all the way down through the entire column on the right-hand side. So
Second that.
Okay, we have an amendment on the floor. Is there any discussion, Heidi?
I would like to talk with Diane Ferris, who did the review about, I guess, really an opinion about why we would jump 5,000 more after her review.
So the ranges I gave were somewhat based on some of the counties that I got information from. So we heard back from each and their ranges and to get an average of where we were. So to try to put us more in the middle of where everybody else was equal to, but not at the high end where we were way above everybody else. So to try to fall within the mix, especially when looking at counties next to us, such as Wayne, Seneca, Onondaga, where people are likely to go. So raising it up 5,000 would still keep us within that means of, you know, that range of what the other counties are paying. So it's not going to really put us way above that, you know, so it would just put us maybe a few $1,000s above what their top range is. So for some and maybe still be below a little bit for like Onondaga County, for example, because they're so big.
Sure. Can I ask a question? So assuming this would be in line with past practices, you did counties of comparable size, right?
We looked at, yes, and then.
But not those adjacent to us.
So, yes. We
Right.
kind of, you know, we went out to all the counties. These are the we heard back from.
Right. So I guess I just would want to add that I know that the prevailing wisdom is comparable counties, but the reality, in my opinion, is that given the geography of our county, you can access Onondaga and I worked in Monroe for a while. They are paying significantly more than we are. You know, and obviously they have bigger budgets. I understand that too, but I just wanted to say, in terms of recruiting new employees, I think I guess in my humble opinion, we need to not compete with just those that are of comparable size, but those that are adjacent to us within commuting distance. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any further comments? Andy?
Yeah, I mean, we all got, I don't know what it was, a day or two ago, Brian's report of how full the jail is. We're not making any money on federal inmates because our jail is so full. You know, we're paying these, because of the state, these lawyers, the equivalent of $300,000 a year to $158 an hour, if you do the math, to do these misdemeanor things. And you know, I've sat here at least enough years to see many people sitting in these chairs beat the living hell out of John Boodleman for, you know, trying to raise something from 65 to 70 because we couldn't keep ADAs. They were going everywhere else. So the writing's been on the wall. The writing is smeared all over the wall right now because You want to be in ADA or any of these other things for what's on this list, or do you want to go get $158 an hour? Because the state says so. I mean, it's pretty simple. So I'm not big on, costing the taxpayers more money, but when we don't have a choice because we can't keep county attorneys, we can't keep ADAs, we can't keep, any of these people that are on this list because they can go somewhere else and make a fortune. What do? Just not have attorneys? I mean, should we shut the jail down too? I mean, somebody come up with an answer if you don't want to do something like this, rather than because it's an election year, you don't want to raise something $5,000. I'm for it.
Yeah, I just want to thank Diane. She did a lot of work. She had surgery 3 weeks ago. She's done a hell of a lot of work on this. I know what she's done, and I appreciate it, Diane. And I agree. I can't vote tonight, but I certainly will be voting for this raise on Tuesday. Chris has done a lot of checking for the DSS attorneys. It's hard to find an attorney right now. We need to be competitive. Brittany's people need that raise, and so does Chris's people. I'm totally in favor of this. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any further comments?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a comment if I may, please.
Please, go ahead.
Thank you. We have a critical situation where there are children and families relying on someone to fix their circumstances. And we don't have the attorney staff to do that. We have our county attorneys who are stepping in and trying to make things happen. That's short term. We need to fix this. Thank you.
No further comments. We'll vote on the amendment. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Opposed.
Thank you. Amendment is passed.
I got a question before we move on. And nothing against you, Heidi, but you're not on this list. How does that work?
I'm the alternate for Health and Human Services, so I'm covering for Elaine this evening.
So this isn't not understand. So we're allowed to have alternates, or?
Can I jump?
I'm just learning this.
Vice Chair.
Fred is on now.
Okay,
So under your current rules of order,
maybe I missed something.
you're not, I mean, it's a good question. Under your current rules of order, if a committee chair is unavailable, then the vice chair can step in at the Ways and Means meeting. And that's what's happening this evening because Ms. Daly is not available.
Okay,
Okay.
just
Sure,
technical.
that's a legitimate question.
Yeah, just, right, yeah. All right, awesome.
Okay, we've passed the amendment now to the motion as amended.
I'll move it as amended.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
We lose Lydia.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay,
She just disappeared.
the motion as amended is passed, okay? Numbers WM6, which needs to be passed now, I guess, so. Motion,
Second, Basile.
okay, any further discussion on WM6? Not all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. Okay, Health and Human Services.
Heidi, just to check, were you opposed to that?
Opposed.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair? Yes.
I'm sorry, I apologize if I missed this, but did we do WM3?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Thank you, sorry.
You were not.
Pay attention, Beatrice.
Story
You
of
were
my life.
nodding off then.
Okay, Heidi?
Opposed. Thank you. Health and Human Services has 9 resolutions. All of them passed unanimously through committee. I would recommend a bundle of HH 1 through 9, unless anybody would like to pull one out.
I'll move. Second.
Just separate HH6 because I got questions.
Thank God. What do you want separated, 6?
6, just for question.
Okay. So everything except 6?
I'm good with that.
Okay,
I got a question on two.
2,
Yep.
okay, everything except 2 and 6.
Second that.
Okay, any,
When Mark's done, I'll go after him. I just got my normal spiel.
okay, discussion.
The
On the
bundle.
bundle.
Oh, okay.
No discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Just one thing, sorry, I gotta do my spiel. I'd like the record to reflect that I am
Okay.
abstaining from, I believe it's HH9. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So noted. All those in favor of the bundle?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, the bundle is carried. Now we got H2.
I'll move it for discussion.
Second for discussion.
Okay, it's on the floor. Anybody want to comment on it?
The health director to fill a full-time one service coordinator position. Is this a budgeted position?
Yes, it's budgeted. It's full-time. It is a state mandated position for early intervention.
Is it state mandated, but is it state funded?
That's a laugh.
I think I can tell you exactly what the funding amount is, Kathy.
Scotty?
I am here. It does not fall under state aid, but there is a state aid formula for a percentage of the job. It is not 100% funded, but it is 100% in our budget. A person resigned.
A person resigned?
Correct.
Okay. So just, if, Mr. Chair, if I may, I follow up.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, with our crazy hiring system that we have, is this person starting where in that pay scale?
It's a unionized job, so whoever the new hire is would start probation, then step 1.
Okay.
That job.
Just, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
So just a follow up. So there's sufficient money in the 0.1 to cover everything budgeted, and so probably because they're starting out, I'm assuming at a lower, so you're good to go.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
Any further questions or comments? If not, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. HH6.
I'll move it for discussion.
Second to seal.
Okay, floor is open. Anybody? Go ahead.
Okay, so create and pre-fill. That, I need a little explanation. Pre-fill.
Chris.
I see that Liz is here tonight. She can talk about the number of days needed for training pre-fill.
So we currently have a position in the front office, currently called a typist position. And we're just hoping to create that position, turn it into a senior clerk position. The person who's in that position is retiring as of the end of the month. So we're just hoping to fill that position at the end of the month as a senior clerk rather than a typist position.
So it's not really a pre-fill. I mean, you're filling it after the person.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, well, that was what pre-fill kind of confused
Yeah,
me.
I'm not really sure why it says pre-fill, but her retirement date is at the end of the month.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right, I've brought this up before. We have a typist position and now we're gonna make them a senior clerk. Why are we making them a senior?
It's just an effort. So we have a front office, typically 4 people work in that front office, and all of them do the exact same job. They're all cross-trained. They answer phones. They use some pretty sophisticated software. They schedule appointments. They greet clients. All of them do the exact same job. So it's just really an action to kind of make that position uniform.
So I'm gonna get back to my question. So you got, we'll say 4 people in the office.
Yeah.
All right. All 4 of them are gonna be the senior clerk position.
Yes, I believe after this position, they will all be senior clerk positions.
And who supervises the senior clerks?
I believe Danielle's title is administrative assistant. There's 1 supervisor for all the support staff.
All right.
So how's it funded? I'm guessing you feel pretty,
Through revenue.
so you're comfortable that you have the,
It's in the budget. It's the same, the difference between what the person who's retiring will make and the starting salary for a senior clerk is like $200.
so similar to the same?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Any further questions?
I'll just add that when the position was resigned or retired, the department asked for it to be looked at, as they have all along, as you've mentioned, to look at the actual job duties and to look at, through Diane, through our HR department, and look at what is truly the most accurate assignment and title. And it is senior clerk that has happened all along with these retirements and resignations.
Andy?
So I'll go back to my usual. So this person will be making $200 more than the person who's been here to start with. And that person's been here for, I'm assuming, a number of years. That's because we come up with a new fancy name to a title. But yeah, we're opposed to, getting lawyers that we desperately need. I get it. Makes sense. So.
Is that a question for me or?
No, but I mean, the question, it's my statement that we go through this all the time. We change names, because this is what we get as legislators from constituents, oh, you guys just change the name of something and pay them more. Yeah, we do. I mean, that's what we do. But, so, I mean, if you got 4 people doing the same job, so they were doing the same job as the person who's been there for years that was leaving, that was called a typist. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be paid more. I'm just saying the way we do it is just, I wish some of you all would have to deal with the people out in the public that see that. Change a name, give them a pay raise.
And Mr. Chair, if I may comment, more of a comment than anything. The thing that it starts out, this person that's gonna get this title change, it's gonna start out, it's only $200 now. But at the end, a senior clerk makes more money than a typist. And they didn't, the work hasn't changed, just the title has changed. And this is what, I can't echo Andy's words anymore. The people that, put us in these positions are saying, you change the person's job title and now they're making more money, but the job has not changed. It's frustrating.
Okay, any further comments? If not, I can figure out what the heck we are.
6. HH 6.
Yep. 6. Okay, we had a discussion. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
2 noted, right? In opposition? Okay, carried.
Excuse me, who were the 2 in opposition?
Yes.
Andy and Mark.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Congeniality and his.
Okay. Government operations is next, I believe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Government operations. At this time, I'd like to offer 1 through 7 as a bundle.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion on 1 through 7 as a bundle. Anyone? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. Okay, next.
Next, I'd like to offer GO 11. This was added very recently. Yeah, you should have a copy of it's this one here, the resolution. So obviously the resolution is dated for the full legislative meeting, but the commissioners are here for any questions. This is a necessary that we do this with alacrity.
I'll move it.
SAT words for Keith today.
Is there a second?
Second for discussion.
Okay, it's open for discussion.
Behind you. I'm just trying to, because I asked you and you weren't sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I'm asking, whether Keith, whoever.
John's here too.
Okay. I mean, when he says poll worker / technician, 135-255 per day. Is that what it is? 135 what it was? It's being raised to 255? Is that a range? I mean, that's,
That's the range that we're looking at.
so how do you come up with a number though? I mean,
Well, some people work a half a day and some people be working a full day from 6 in the morning till 10 at night. So there's a scale in there according to the amount of time they put in.
okay, that's what I'm getting at. There's a scale. So the least amount somebody would make is 135.
Correct. And the most
Okay.
they could make is 255.
Okay, that's the budget. Okay. There's no explanation to that paper that got put on her desk.
Any further questions or comments? If not, all those in favor of whatever the resolution is?
11.
11.
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. That's it from government ops.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Manning? Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have a 1+1 today, so I'll entertain a motion for PL 1.
Move it.
Second it, Mark.
Is there any discussion? Not all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. Number 2,
PL 2, I believe, is awarding the bid Blue Way Trail.
Move it.
Second it, Mark.
second. This came in late, but it needs to be done at this time, so.
What is PL2? Maybe I missed that.
It's a grant,
It's for a
It's
kayak.
awarding the bid for the kayak at Frontenac
well,
Park.
Steve is in, Steve. 2 words on it. Three.
PL2, we were working under the assumption that the original resolution that authorized us to get the grant authorized, to hire the person when they were going to do the work. And yesterday it was a determination that we probably should have a resolution, that the original resolution was just for the administration and signing the grant papers. This is no cost to the county. This is fully grant funded. And only reason we walked it on instead of waiting a month is Union Springs would like to have the kayak launch put in before their 200-year anniversary celebration. So we try to get in July.
Thank you. I'd like to remind everybody, summer is here now, so first day of summer today.
Yes.
This is necessary, so any further discussion? Not all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nobody opposed, carried. Public Works,
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Public Works had 4 resolutions passed through committee, so I'll offer them as a bundle unless somebody wants one separated.
Move it, Basile.
Second.
any discussion on the bundle? Not, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nobody opposed, so it's carried. Thank you, Andy. Judicial and Public Safety.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judicial and Public Safety has 9 resolutions tonight. I would offer JP 1 through JP 9 as a bundle. I'll pass through committee unless someone would like one separated.
Wanna-
No, I can do it afterwards.
I'll take my move away, do what you gotta do.
No, you're good. Do it as a bundle.
All right.
I'll second it.
Then I move it.
Okay, it's open for discussion. The bundle.
Now I'll be difficult again.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Chair, I'd like the record to reflect that I am abstaining from old 9. Yes, 9. KP 9, please, sir.
So noted. Any-
Also, 8,
any-
wouldn't you want to?
Is it? Thank you very much. 8 and 9.
Okay. Any further comments, discussion? Not all those in favor of the bundle?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. Legislature. Resolution authorizing the solicitation of professional services proposals for construction manager as an agent and for architecture and engineering services for the county office building renovation project.
Move it.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, comments? If not, all those in favor, aye?
Aye. Aye.
All right. Just way ahead of things, just saying aye. Okay. Any opposition? If not, we're done, I guess.
Mr. Chairman, before we.
Okay.
I have one.
I have a question.
One question. And this is probably for the attorneys. because we've had this discussion many times previous years, for the resolutions to fill a position, it's okay, they don't get the position filled. They always have to come back to the resolution. You know how we've talked about not doing that because it's pretty stupid, plain English. Can we, where would that go? Government ops somewheres?
Yes.
To bring a resolution forward to not be stupid and let them, you know, fill it, even if they.
So there's a time limit because in the past, there have been department heads that would sit on resolutions, giving them permission to fill and have vacancies to sit on them. And then all of a sudden, you know, exercise. So there's a time limit. It expires either 6 months or the end of the calendar year. I believe. That's if they've never been filled. What's not addressed is if somebody is hired, on probation, let go. They gotta come back. That part.
Mr. Chair, if you get a
We've run
chance.
into a few of those. I'm good.
I just wanted to add, I just didn't want to talk out of the turn. Can I, Mr. Chair, can I?
Go to it.
We talked about it at government ops. Fred is on it. The county attorney's office is on it, and we'll have an update for us next month.
Right.
That's what the plan is.
I do have one thing in it, and it may be for the full ledge, I'm not sure. And I know we've kind of go across these resolutions where someone was a typist and now they're a senior clerk and and I can only relate it to the business world that I'm in. Salaries have gone up, things have gone up. Unfortunately, our system that creates it, not managers, to have to do that in order to fill another position, even though we have positions where the workload hasn't changed, but people are making more. So I don't know if it's a system thing that we need to evaluate, if it's driven by government and the way government has to do it. I don't know if it's a thing for human resources to look at. But I think the managers, and I'm not for or against either, I'm just saying that we have heard it a lot. And I think it's just our system that creates that where you can't hire a typist to do the same work. And I'm just using this as an example that we're paying. They have to move them up a position. I can't hire a project manager with 14 years experience at the same time 5 years ago with 14 years experience. It's gone up. It's still called a project manager in our business. We don't change the name. You just get paid more. So I don't know where we go with that. It's just a statement, not to pick on any particular group or anything. So that's all. Thank you and it might be a thing for the full ledge.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
There we go. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Thank you.